Pixellab, this Pixellab tool, the word pixel is like the smallest unit of measurement for graphic designs too. So Pixellab, you can find your Pixellab on Play Store, especially on Play Store. I think it's quite different on App Store. So this is the interface of Pixellab. This is the interface. Once you get into Pixellab, this is what you see. This is really what you see. So I'll be showing you the tools, the different elements here, how to make use of them. So we'll start with the top tool, starting from the plus. So the plus now includes adding. The plus sign is about adding text, current date, stickers, shape from gallery, and to draw. Now watch text. You click on text, you double tap, you can type in whatever you want to type in, and then add, which is a plus. You have current date, also has to do with text and numbers. You can actually delete. So you can add different stickers. You have stickers here, emojis, stickers, and so on. So you can delete. So you have from gallery. Okay, shapes. You have shapes. You can create different shapes you want. Okay, there are fixed shapes here, so you can create different shapes, circle, and so on. So make them opaque, transparent, change their colors, and so on. So that's for shape. Okay, still under adding, the first symbol, which is plus. Remember, the plus sign means to add. So you can bring in pictures from your gallery, and so on. So, and also delete. Now the last one, draw. You can actually draw whatever you want to do. So it's that simple. The next is this icon. It means to save. Now you have two options to either save your work as a project, or save it just as an image. Now save as project means once you're done with what you're doing and you want to still go back to that file later on, you can save. So once you save, it's just there. You can revisit it. So, or you can save your work as an image, save to gallery, and it's saved. So the next is this, also save. It still has to do with saving too. But this symbol means to share. It means to share. So you can just save your work. From here you can see your different resolution. This default now is a normal resolution for the quality of your design. So you can see normal resolution, custom, low, medium, high, very high. Ultra is the highest resolution. And whenever you save, you can actually share too. You can see the share button and so on. So this format you're seeing, JPG, it means no transparency, which is it does not have it has a background. It has a background, so no transparency. But when you put it PNG, it means it doesn't have a background. So next, this quote sign. There are different customized quotes here. There are different quotes here, fixed quotes that you could use while doing whatever you're doing. You have positivity, quotes on positivity, and so on. So they're just quotes. You can create yours. And the next is this sign. This sign is more like the same thing that happens. That it has the same feature with the plus sign too. So use image from gallery. You can get image from gallery to get a full screen where you don't see your toolbars, and go back. So you also have use image from camera, export image. Export image is the same thing as saving too. So you have similar stuff. You have your image size, contact us. We have issues. That's the app owners. Now tutorial. Pixellab already has tutorials, but though while I was learning Pixellab, I didn't learn with the tutorials. I had to learn myself. So if you feel you need to go through the tutorials, no problem. But so far I've gone through the tutorials before, like a glimpse around it. I don't think I want to learn from the tutorials. So remove ads. Now you have to get the premium stuff. So we cover autosave. Let's say if you've done something before now and you want to go back to what you did, you can actually go back by going to recover autosave. So if you missed something, you forgot to save it, you can go back to your previous work. This was the previous job. I used to design the ebook you just finished reading. So recover back. So still here you have open PLP file. PLP file means Pixellab project file. So which is the jobs you've done so far. The jobs you've done so far that has been saved. So the next is about. If you want to know what Pixellab is about, then exit too. So clear the top tools. Next is this tool that looks like a go back, like a back forward, what I say, backward tool, which is close to this zoom tool. It's close to this zoom tool. This other one here, it means whenever you do a job, you can reverse. By clicking. You can go back to what you've done and so on. So you can reverse. So the next is the zoom tool. Now I didn't point at this. If you check out, still at the left side, the second line, you have your like a pencil or pen mark there. It means with that pencil or pen mark you can edit whatever you want to edit, and then you can either this copy, double click to copy, and then you have the TT there, which is still text, create text. You have this, which is to rotate. You can also say it to rotate. You have this, which is to move around. You have this, which is color, which is the color. You still have this to push your text to the front or to the back layer. Then you have the next icon there, delete, which is whatever you tap on, you can delete with this button. So remember, this is the reverse button. You can go back to what you've done. You have the next icon, zoom. You can zoom in whatever you're doing. Let's say you do a design and it's really tiny, so you can zoom into your text, zoom into your image, and so on, and continue your work. You can pause it and continue whatever you're doing, and you can go back. So you have the next one. This is a tabular type of design. With this tabular tool or icon, you can create tables for yourself. You can create different. So if you want to create a record sheet, you can create as much as you want to create. You can add, you can subtract. So with this you can do that. So the next one, you have this kite shape, two kite shapes. It means it shows you your elements, whatever you've typed in, your shapes and so on. So it shows you what you've typed in to your design. So you have the text, you can delete, you can still click here. You see those other icons to edit. You can lock it, which is once you tap it, it's not move, in case you have many written stuffs. So you can hide too, so you don't get to see it. So we'll be moving to the next one, the next line. Okay, before we move to the next bar, we'll have to go to the list bar. Move to the list bar. Here you have these three circle shapes intertwined together. You have your A for text. You have this, your pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your pentagon and your square shape with this effect. So we're moving to these other tools. Now what are they for? This first tool with a circle, with three circles together. If you click there, you see my project, still the same thing. A couple of these icons have the same function. So under it, you still have your background, default background. You can choose. So if I want this or this, whatever. So still have your default background or interface. Then the next you have A. This A represents anything text that has to do with text. Anything text, it has to do with text. Then you come here. So now if you click on this A, you would not see anything, the text features. Why? Because you've not clicked on the text itself. So now that I've clicked on the text, you can now see the features. Now what are the features? You have style. Now you can either browse the style that is existing here. So you can choose type of style for yourself. You can edit from here. Remember, it's under text. You can delete, still under text. Since there's no text now, it cannot show the feature, so you add a text. So let's say happy. So let's say happy. Now under this text, you can delete, like I said. You can copy, you can make it to be in front, like here it's in front. Now you can make it to be at the back. You will not see because at the back. So front or back, you can bring in your text to the front or back. You can position it, increase it, push it, or push it small, so you can put it up. So you have your relative positioning, which is it takes it either to the left, right, front, middle, faster than ever. So you can see when you need to, rather than moving it small, you can move it faster. You have your size. You can increase the size, decrease the size, or use here, or lesser decreasing. Okay, you have this padding. It's more like moving to different. Okay, so you have the colors. You can choose any color you want, or you create your color by pressing the add-in. You can click on any color. And meanwhile, when you do a work for somebody and they're asking you what is the color code, what's the color code you used? Businesses and organizations have their different color codes. So if they are asking you what's the color code you use, you can check here. If you check up, you're seeing hashtag 181421. That's the color code. So for different colors you use to design, there are different color codes. So it's not necessary if it's not requested for. So you can get a gradient, which is a mixture of two different colors, like a shade. So this is a mixture of white and black. This is a mixture of dark blue and turquoise. This is a mixture of green and I think black. So the next, you have your texture. Texture, it's more like with your texture you can insert an image or insert anything inside the text. Now, what do I mean? For example, if I click on this happy, I can insert an image inside by clicking here. So I choose an image that I want. Let's say I want this my friend to be inside the text. So what do? I've added him here. It's inside this happy text. So you can choose his face inside here. Now it's not showing the full happy because that's his picture is a PNG file, which it does not have background. So but let me choose a picture that has a background. So this is a picture of a lady that has a background. So can you see? So this is what texture can help you do. Now opacity is the degree of visibility or invisibility of an object. So I can reduce the opacity to not be seen, increase it to not be seen. So when you want something to fade, this is the tool to use. Now you have your rotate button. You can rotate, move around. Remember, you appreciate these tools better when you start practicing. Don't try to cram them. When you start practicing, but just know that different tools serve. If you can know that A stands for text, this pentagon shape stands for shapes and images, and then this for background and this for effects, this will help you a whole lot. As regards the other tools at the top, they are easy to access. Okay, so we've done texture, opacity, rotate, then mask. Mask is more like you can use this mask shape to create this mask tool to create different shape or to clear something. Choose a particular side you want to show. So it's as simple as that. So you can be creative enough with this. So sometimes people get into Pixellab and they think it's a very complex tool, but if you had a little explanation and if you start working with it, it can help you a whole lot. It's not as difficult as people think. So here you have fonts, AB fonts, so you can choose whatever fonts you have. Well, usually I prefer Pixellab because Pixellab has different features and tools that you can use that other smartphone graphic app do not have. So Pixellab for me is the combination of a lot of smartphone graphic app, including Canva. Pixellab, you don't need to be online to work with Pixellab. So these are different fonts. Or personally, there are times I need to use fonts that are not currently here. So what I do is that I use Texty app. So Texty app is more like the complementary app we use. So now you have style, that's to bolden your fonts. I think I should create a good background, a lively background, so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so back to text. So you can use, let me change the font. So you can make it bold, in italics, underline, and then go back. So next you have your curve. You can create a curve. You can go back. So you have a background. You can create a background for your text and go back. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple. Remember, you appreciate this more when you start designing and practicing. The key here is practice. So whenever you've written some text, you can align to the left, center, or right. Then you can also space your words, your letters. If it's a long sentence, you can space the words. So we've done alignment, spacing. You have line spacing. This is especially true for if you have sentences to separate lines vertically. You have stroke. This is more like the stuff that comes behind your letters. So you can choose the color, so on. So remember, your principles will be handy while designing. The principles of graphic design. You have shadow. You can create a shadow for yourself. You can also choose the color of shadow you want. So remember that tool. This tool is for shadow. This inner shadow. You can create an inner shadow. This is to embox. Embox is more like making it so not really bold, but it's quite brightened. Box top. So you can embox. The next you have perspective. With this you can create mockups too. With this you can choose a particular shape for your text or even shapes. So see, you can make it lay anyhow. You can go back here. So you have your 3D rotate. So you can create 3D shapes as much as you want, especially for 3D text. This can create a shape. All those shapes you see in some graphics, you can use this to do them. There's a lot of things that you can use your smartphone to do, even things that system does, laptop does, or other software does. You can use your smartphone to do the same. So you have 3D. You can off. Okay. So you have your 3D shadows, creating shadow beneath your text. You can choose a color. You can choose a color, make it blur, raise it, expand it, and so on. So and last you have your reflections, reflecting the text beneath. Now we're done with the text for the text angle. So now you have for shapes. Now if you click on this shape, which is pentagon sign, if you check out what you'll be seeing there: stickers, import, draw, shapes, bezier, arrow. Now it's not showing the main features or the main sub icons under shapes because there are no shape. We are only clicking on text here. So but let me show you what the stickers are for. It's the same thing I showed you here: stickers and emoji. Here is import. So if you check out, we've seen like three places where you can import different stuff. So let's import Pixellab app. Now this imports with this. If you check out now, we imported a shape or an image, so you can now see the different features, right? Yes. So let me not click on this shape. Let's go back to import, draw. You've seen draw before. You can draw whatever you want to draw, erase, go back, and so on. So you see shapes, you can choose a shape, still the same thing I showed you at the top. Now this bezier, you can create a shape. You can create a shape for yourself. So this bezier, you can actually edit it. You can create different lines you intend creating out of it. So you have this bezier and you have arrows. You can choose different shape of arrows, create the shapes you want. So choose the colors. So we are done with this top side. Remember, when you click on a shape or a picture, that's when you get to see the sub icons under the shape. So these are the sub icons. Now remember, the sub icons they look like the other sub icons under text too. So they are similar. So what does it mean? You have reselect. Rather than this text here, I can reselect another stuff. So on that picture here, I can delete with the delete icon and go back. So I can crop, choose which to show or not. I can copy, I can delete. So I can make it to come in front or to go at the back. Come in front or to go at the back. Now I can shift the position. It's more like the same thing I showed you under text. Relative position to relative size. I can make it small. You know, funny enough, I've not really used this relative size. Wow, I'm really grateful I had this relative size. Now I've not really used this relative size. Usually what I do is, if I need to make it small, I'll press it, make it so small, and then I'll start moving it. But you see, I can do this through this. Wow. See, we keep learning every day. So relative size, you have color, you can choose the color. Now if you check out, there's no more pixel. Texture too. Now it can take on whatever you put in it. Remember that texture where we insert the picture inside any stuff. So let me say this is the design we did. So let's try inserting it. I saying it's taking on the picture here as texture. So it's more like the same thing. You can delete it. So opacity, let me bring this to the front so we get to see it in the front. So opacity, make it bold enough. So I'm going to take off this text so we know we're working with shapes. Delete. So color filter, now you can decide. I use it a lot for some pictures that are not very quality or they're not very bright. So color filters, you can change the color. Increase saturation, increase brightness. This is really good too for editing photos. So okay, now you have stroke, create stroke behind. So the same stuff you're seeing on that text sub icons, you'll be seeing them here too. So you have eraser, you can erase something, erase whatever you erase, that's what will show. I see. So I'll go back. You have mask, the same thing I taught you about masks. I can choose now to bring out only this shape. So, be careful. So there's no way to go about this. You must not really, if you want to bring out only the P and the blue background, there's no way to go about this. So let's say this now. Let's see. So but it's not perfect. Well, you can use mask to create the shape. Now erase color. Erase color has helped me a lot when removing some backgrounds. Now when you use erase color, I can choose to remove this ash here and leave the blue and the white working. How do I do that? If I enable this, usually when you enable it, it removes any white color. So pick a color that you want to remove. Ash. Click on it, it removes it. You see it? It removes it. If I actually want to remove the blue, what do? I pick the blue, I remove it. So if I also want to remove the ash now, I can add, pick, and it removes. So it's important when you need to remove some stuff from the image you bring in. Now you have rotate. You have your 3D rotate. You have shape, 3D shape, so you can create shape. I use this to create, actually use this 3D shape to create ebooks, to make ebooks to take a particular position, like their ebooks. Now this is what I mean. For example, watch. Imagine this is an ebook. What do? I simply make it turn like an ebook. Watch. Now it's almost looking like the way you can shape an ebook, right? So okay, next, perspective. You can create whatever shape you want. Perspective, I can make it lie down. Let's say this is how we do mock-ups too, so in case you don't know, make it lay down, so it's looking like it's laid down. So you have shadow is the same thing, inner shadow, and box, the same thing, like I taught you under text. So this is all for shape. And then the second to the last, for a round of this video, you have backgrounds. These two squares you're seeing here, they refer to background, so anything background. So under them you see color. You can choose the color for your background. Don't bother about the too much icons here that you need to learn. When you start designing, you see the relevance. You have transparent. Now this is a transparent background. If you save this, it means that whatever work you're doing here is transparent enough. The background would not be visible. There's no background at all. So image size. Now with this icon, you can choose the size of your interface or the size of what you're working with. Now 1280 width and height, it means it's a square, right? So width, you know what width is. It's like the breadth, or rather the base, or the horizontal size, while height is the vertical size. So if I decrease the height, watch, okay, this is increasing rather. If I decrease the height to 600, this is what it looks like. This is landscape. If I increase to 6,000, this is, if I increase to 6,000, this is portrait. Portrait is when the height is larger than the width, while landscape is when the width is larger than the height. So in essence, with this you can increase and insert your different sizes. So cancel and go back to what's done. So still under your background, you have crop. You can crop. Let's say you put in an image, you can crop. Now remember, this other image and from galleries, the image is to choose. You can choose the background from your Pixellab. These are already fixed backgrounds, so you can use any of them to work. I like this background. I've not really used it. So we also have from gallery, the same thing as picking. Now listen, when you click on that background from gallery, on that background icon, it means that whatever image you're inserting from your gallery is fixed. But when you take it from here, from gallery, you can move it. I think you should try that when you're doing it. So now from camera, you take camera picture and then use. So this is it for backgrounds. Next you have your effects. Now your effects, simply different things you could use. Effects, you have your blur, shadow, so on, vignette, noise. So you can try out any shadow that, if you enjoy any shadow, you can try. If you enjoy any effects, any of these effects, you can use them. So I think I like this background. Now contrasts, you can use hue. Oh, I'm falling in love with this background. I must use the design. So saturation. Okay, so I think I've exhausted all the icons here. So remember, these icons will be irrelevant, or you will likely forget them if you're not using them to practice. So the more you practice, the more you get to discover, oh, this icon is for this icon is for this. So have a nice time designing.